Hello everyone. Hope you're all well. I wanted to continue on my Legend series, and today I wanted to give Lance Gibbs of West Indies, who was one of the greatest spinners in the 60s, and he's the first spinner to take 300 Test wickets, and the second bowler after Fred Truman to take 300 Test wickets, and he held the Test record for the most wickets for a few years as well. He was born 29 September 1934 in Georgetown, Guyana, British Guyana. And he played from the 60s, 70s. That's when he played for West Indies. He also had an amazing economy rate. He had an economy rate, career economy rate of under 2 runs per over for a spinner, which is absolutely magnificent. And he was excellent. I mean, especially considering West Indies, I mean, a country, a team that is known for its fast bowlers. Lance Gibbs coming off as a spinner from there and being the first spinner to take 300 wickets. He played first class cricket for Guyana in West Indies, Warwickshire in a English county, and also for South Australia in Australia. In all, he played 79 Test matches and he took 309 wickets, and he had 18 5-wicket hauls and 2 10-wicket hauls. And his highest was his best figures was 8 for 38 versus India at Kensington Oval, Barbados, which was regarded as one of the greatest bowling spells of all time. I will come back to it. And first class cricket, he took 1,024 wickets with 55 wicket hauls and 10 wicket hauls. And I was saying about West Indies producing fast bowlers and not spinners a lot. There was once West Indies was asked if they would ever select a spinner in their team, and they said in a joking way that they will select a spinner when they see someone who can turn the ball at 90 miles per hour. So that's how the attitude of the West Indian cricket team was. I mean, hardly spinners ever came from West Indies, but Lance Gibbs was a rare exception coming from West Indies and being the first spinner and also the second bowler after Fred Truman to take 300 Test wickets. He was excellent. I mean, he had unusually long fingers for a spinner, and he flighted the ball a lot. I've seen clippings of Lance Gibbs. He really gave a real loop flight to the ball. It looked very friendly, but I mean, obviously after it pitched, it wasn't that friendly. And the great Rapali Prasanna of India, one of the spin quartets bowlers, he actually once said that Lance Gibbs tosses the ball up like a basketball, and that's how he used to fly the ball. And he used to get a really good spin and bounce out of his action, and he also used to have a chest on action, which is rare for a spinner. And in 1972 he was one of the Wisden Cricketers of the Year. And Lance Gibbs is also a cousin of Clive Lloyd, the great West Indian captain. And he has also taken a Test hat-trick. That was in 1961-62 series against Australia at Adelaide. He took a Test hat-trick. And in the 60s, he was one of the most successful bowlers that West Indies had in all cricket. And he perfectly matched Gary Sobers, because, I mean, Sir Garfield Sobers, I mean, I've put his second video, my Legend series is Sir Garfield Sobers, who's the greatest cricketer of all time. I have said that he did bowl left arm pace, and he could also bowl left arm spin. I mean, and he could bowl left arm orthodox spin and also left arm Chinaman. So he is left arm spin Chinaman, and Lance Gibbs' right arm off spin worked excellent for West Indies together in tandem. They used to bowl left arm and right arm spin together, so that helped them a lot as well. And one of the things I was saying about Lance Gibbs' best figures of 8 for 38 versus India at Kensington Oval, Barbados, which is normally a very fast bowler friendly ground pitch. It was regarded as one of the greatest bowling performances ever, because India were 124 for 2. India were 147 for 2, and India were 187 all out. I think it was 124 or 147. I'm kind of mixed up now. But his bowling figures, I mean, his spell, he bowled a 16-over spell, and he took 8 wickets, conceding just 6 runs. That was his spell where he took all the wickets. And his entire figures for that innings was absolutely crazy. I mean, he bowled 53.3 overs with 37 maidens, and he conceded 38 runs, and he took 8 wickets. I mean, that has to be one of the greatest spells of not spell bowling figures ever in an innings. I mean, crazy figures. But out of that 8 wickets, he is considered for 38 runs. I mean, that 8 wickets, all of them came in one spell of 16 overs that he bowled, and he only conceded 6 runs. So that is regarded as one of the greatest bowling spells of all time. And Lance Gibbs did play a big part in the 60s, 70s for West Indies. And he was also the oldest player to pass 300 Test wickets. He completed 300 Test wickets at the age of 41 in 1975-76. So he became the oldest player to take 300 wickets as well. And after he passed Fred Truman's 307, his 309 wickets was the Test world record for a few years before it was broken. And Lance Gibbs, that figures against India. I mean, India, I think it was 124 or 147 for 2. And India collapsed to 187 all out. So India actually lost the last 8 wickets for like around 30 runs. And he was the main destructor, obviously. I mean, so the India only scored 6 runs of him in that spell. So other 20-25 runs probably came off the other bowlers. So that was an amazing spell from Lance Gibbs. And like I said, he had unusually long fingers for an off spinner, and he was known as the master spinner from the Caribbean. I mean, West Indies, who normally doesn't produce spinners much. I mean, because they always have had those great fast bowlers. So Lance Gibbs, I mean, that was amazing. And in 1972, I said he was the Wisden Cricketer of the Year as well. And he really used to hold that bowling very tight. I mean, it was really hard to score of him. He was extremely accurate. I mean, obviously, I mean, you can't have a career of 79 Test matches conceding less than 2 runs and over, which shows he had amazing control and accuracy over his bowling. I mean, that together, I mean, combined with his real loop, that flight that he used to give, and the sharp spin and bounce that he used to extract from the pitch, together with that accuracy that he had, that made him such a very dangerous spin bowler. And he was a real wicket taker for West Indies in the 60s, 70s, and also for Warwickshire, and also all the clubs that he played at Ghana and South Australia as well. So that is my video on Lance Gibbs, who was the first spinner ever to pass 300 wickets, and who held the world record for a few years after breaking Fred Truman. And Lance Gibbs was like a real sensation in the 60s, 70s. I mean, he was a very highly respected spin bowler. And it's actually a magnificent effort when you think of it, when you think about the Indian spinners, Pakistani spinners, all the other spinners from around the world. To think that a West Indian spinner would actually be the first spinner to take 300 Test wickets is an absolutely unimaginable thing, considering all the fast bowlers that came from West Indies. So Lance Gibbs was an absolute legend for West Indies, and taking all those wickets, and creating that world record that he held for a few years. And it was an excellent effort, I mean, to be the first spinner to pass 300 Test wickets, because, I mean, in those times, I mean, 300 was like a big milestone. Fred Truman was the first bowler to actually pass 300 wickets, and then second was Lance Gibbs, and he overtook Fred Truman as well. So that 8 for 32, I'm just repeating, 8 for 32 against India, 8 for 38 against India at Kensington Oval, Barbados, where he just had made India collapse from that big 2-run, 140 something for 2 for 187 all out. That was an absolutely magical spell from Lance Gibbs, and also that hat-trick he took in 1961-62 against Australia at Adelaide as well. So that is my video on Lance Gibbs, an absolute legend, and one of the master spinners that paved the way for a lot of other spinners after that in cricket. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please take care and God bless you.